Kamusta kayong lahat dyan? Sana ay okay kayo at
Alam ko, yung iyong show, ang YouTube vlog mo ay napapanood sa buong mundo.
Salamat po na binigyan mo ako ng pag-unlock na isa mo kami makaber sa YouTube mo.
Salamat sa iyo, Edwin, sa pag-invite mo sa akin na maging subject sa vlog.
hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Alright mga chong, mga chang, kamusta kayong lahat dyan? Uy, naninibago ako kasi every Friday ako ngayon, nag-Monday ako kasi special nga po itong ating show ngayon dahil ang ating mga guests ay mga nasa ibang bansa. Yung isa pala nasa sa ibang bansa ng Cebu, yung isa ay nasa United States. Kaya magkakaibang oras namin eh. Alright, kamusta mga chong, mga tiyan dyan? Ako, sana ay okay kayo at nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Ngayon po ay September 18, 2023. Malapit ng Pasko. May Bernay, no? Pag may Berna, marami ng pera. Nandiyan na yung 13-month pay. Nako, yan. Kamusta ba ang araw natin dyan, mga chong, mga chang? Mabuti ba? Mabuti? Ako, mabuti. Yan. Sabi nga, mabuti. Okay, sinashoutout pala natin muna sige, shoutout muna tayo, no? Shoutout tayo dyan kay Miss Shani Bianting. Nanonood yan, no? Sid Rapegado. Yan. Nandyan din si G. Evangelista at si Maricel Ocariza. Oy, Beverly Ibanez. Oy, tsaka si Wawi Mundo. Yan, si Wawi Mundo laging nanonood yan, nagko-comment lagi yan. Ayan. Shoutout sa inyo, pare. Nandyan din si Ranilio Enriquez. Yan. Siyempre ang aking may bahay at ang aking anak. Pag hindi ko binati, mayari ako outside di Colombo. Binabati ko ang aking asawa na si Janet Riman at saka si Jed Santa Teresa, ang aking anak. Siyempre, magseselos ang nanay ko. Kailangan, batiin ko rin siya. O, nanay, Adorasyon Santa Teresa, ang kapatid ko si Narita, ang kanyang anak na si Kate at si Curly Ann. Shoutout po sa inyo. Binabati din natin si Marlene ng CHC Hospital. At saka ang kanyang anak na nurse din, si Patty at saka si Ella. Ay, binabati din natin ang mga taga-Tinyan Health Center, ang mga co-worker ko. Yan, lahat ng mga nurses dyan, no? Na magaganda. Yan. Ang aking long time friend na si Florante Dipus and family, nakikinig yan from Philippines. Punta naman tayo sa CNMI. Nandyan si Angelo Cosmo and family at Jenard Nuida and family. Siyempre, di mawawala dyan ang aking mentor na si Mr. Reynaldo Belgado. Paring Ray, kung nakikinig ka, nanonood ka. Kung nanonood ka ngayon yan, pagparamdam ka lang, ha? Yun. Sige, bago po tayo mag-umpisa, magbabalita muna tayo, no? Kasi hanap buhay muna tayo. Yan. Mga balita, ito po ang ating mga balita. Alright, wala nang natira, sabi ng AFP. Pinaghihinalaan ng China sa pagkalimas ng coral sa West Philippine Sea. Ano bang pakialam natin? May pakialam tayo kasi natural resources to, no? Kailangan malaman ng buong mundo yan. Pinaghinala ng Armed Forces of the Philippines o AFP ang China na may kagagawan umano sa nadiskubre nilang malawakang pagkalinis ng mga corals na nakapalibot sa Russell Reef or sa West Philippine Sea. Sa isang news forum sa Quezon City nitong Sabado, September 16, ibinahagi ni Vice Admiral Alberto Carlos, Commander ng Palawan Base Western Command o WESCO, na pangasiwan sa mga operasyon military sa West Philippine Sea, na napansin man nila ang muling pagkakakumpulan o swarming ng mga sasakyang pandagat ng China. Yung mga fishermen, no, nagkukumpulan na naman dyan sa Russell Reef o Irogowis Reef noong Agosto. Ito ay isang buwan lamang umano matapos nilang itaboy ang humigit kumulang na 50 na barko ng Chinese Maritime Militia sa naturang lugar. We are coordinating with the scientists expert to their assessment of the area, so we already have the pinpointed area na dati silang nagsuswerve. Dagdag pa niya. Isa pa sa mga Isa pa sa mga estranghiyang tinitingnan ni Carlos upang maprotektahan ng interes ng bansa sa West Philippine Sea ay ang pagsasagawa umano ng mga coordinated patrol sa mga kaalyadong bansa. Without doubling our effort on that, we're going to address that issue by increasing our presence. We should be constant having strong presence there. Sama-sama na, ani Carlos. Iyon. Ayan na, nauubos ang coral natin dyan sa West Philippine Sea dahil ito sa mga Chinese na to, no? Ginagawang soup. Ayaw ko anong ginagawa. Sa mga Chinese na to, talaga. Alright, mapunta naman tayo kay President BBM. Yan. Kinulit ang mga investor sa Singapore. Hinimok ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. ang Singaporean businessman na magnegosyo sa bansa sa pamamagitan ng Build Better More program ng gobyerno. Sa kanyang pakikipagpulong sa mga negosyante sa Singapore, sinabi ng Pangulo na malaki ang oportunidad na makakuha ng mga ito kung ikukonsidera ang Pilipinas para sa maglagak ng kanilang puhunan. Yan. Alright, si William Cepeda, no, yung Mexican, US. Mexicano siya pero represent niya ang US. Kampiyon pa rin. Natalo si Mercito Hesta sa boxing. Yan. Nako, malungkot na balita yan. Kasi natalo ang ating pambato ng Pilipinas sa boxing, si Hesta. Mercito Hesta. O ngayon, Pilipinas, the best para sa scuba diving sa Asia. Yan, alam nyo ba yon? Maraming corals kasi sa atin, kaya nagigagalit yung mga AFP dahil magaganda corals natin. Muling tinanghal ang Pilipinas bilang Asia's leading dive destination sa naganap na 2023 World Travel Award. Asia and Ocean Gala ceremony sa Vietnam. Yun. Para manalo ng award, kailangan manguna ang bansa sa botong ikinalap mula sa publiko at balida mula sa mga travel professionals. Sabi ng founder at president ng World Travel Award, Graham Cook, malaking asset sa turismo ang mga mamamayan ng Pilipinas kasi they have a smile, they have hard work, and they are great people, sabi ni Mr. Cook. Kapag isinasama yan sa magandang isla at tanawin, natural lang mangunguna ang Pilipinas sa buong mundo ayon sa kanya. Palakpakan po natin ang mga Pilipino. Kasi ang mga Pilipino ay talagang smile lagi yan. No? Hindi nawawala yan. Smile na yan. Alright, dyan muna tayo sa ating mga balita. At tutuloy na po tayo sa ating mga bisita. Ako'y excited na kasi po kasi maganda, tsaka gwapo, tsaka talentado ang ating mga bisita. No? Ayan. Alright, ipasok na natin parang gusto ko ipasok si paring Randy. Hi Randy, how are you?
Musta, Ed? How are you? Long time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Musta?
Welcome back sa Usapang Pinoy.
Glad to be back. Thank you for having me again. Salamat, Ed. Thank you.
Ayun. At ang ating magandang bisita na si Valerie. Yan. Valerie Sato. Ayan. Ng Cebu, Karkar region. Yan. Palakpakan po natin ang ating mga bisita. Ay, kamusta po kayo? Ay, Valerie, kamusta?
Hi po, sir. Okay lang. Okay na okay.
Wag na pong Sir, Edwin na lang. Yan, Edwin na lang. Kasi magkakalapit lang tayo ng edad eh. Tama ba paring Randy?
Tama. Yun na lang, Edwin na lang. It's parang casual ba? Kumbaga.
Ayun, Edwin na lang. Wag nang Sir. Alright, ang ating pong topic po ngayon ay buhay ng mga DJ o mga disc jockey. Kaya po naimbitahan natin ang dalawang ito dahil ito po yung mga veteranong DJ. Magagaling po itong mga to. Unahin natin na si paring Randy. Sir Randy, magpakilala ka naman.
Yep. So, salamat again. Hello, Ed. Hello, Val. Thank you for having me here again sa Usapang Pinoy. Randy, I'm from Bacolod. I was a DJ from 1996 hanggang 2001 when I left the Philippines. I'm also, like maybe Val, I also did a lot of voiceovers, mainly commercials, a lot of local dialect languages also. Tapos I always work with the voiceover team from the AM once in a while if they need some voicing na would require yung parang iba naman versus the AM delivery of talking. So again, thank you for having me and let's have fun.
Alright, palakpakan po natin si Randy, isang gwapong DJ. At syempre nandyan, kung may gwapong DJ, may magandang DJ din tayo. Miss Valerie, pakilala ka, please.
So magandang araw po sa ating lahat, lalo na sa ating mga OFW viewers. And thank you po, Sir Edwin. Sir Edwin na lang po. At Sir Randy P. for inviting me. It's very pleasure po na makasama ka po. Although I'm not very fluent in Tagalog. Tapos yung environment namin is very noisy. Kasi dito lang po sa kwarto ko kasi nagko-construct po yung bahay nito. And then by the way, I am Valerie Sato. You can call me Val, Miss Val, or something that you are comfortable with. And many people call me Val po or Valty. And I'm a part-time DJ po sa isang radio. Actually, I'm a working student ako.
Anong course na kinukuha mo? If you don't mind. Alright, palakpakan natin si Valerie, no? Ayan. Alright, medyo concern ako, curious ako sa pagiging DJ kasi pangarap ko din maging DJ pero hindi nangyari. Eto, sa vlog na lang tayo ngayon. Ilang taon na, paring Randy, ilang taon ka na bang nagiging DJ tsaka voice over personality?
Before ako nag-shift ng profession, I was doing it mga 6 years. Tapos nag-train pa ako first. And eventually, na-develop yung skills from voicing hanggang naging sa broadcasting na mismo until such time na I have to do some recording na rin as well for commercials, for vlogs, lahat na, anything that has to do with voice overs or voice acting as we would call it nowadays. 6 years total.
6 years, okay. Miss Valerie, ikaw, bata ka pa siguro. Ilang taong ka pa lang nagdi-DJ siguro? Ilang taong ka na ba nagdi-DJ?
Ngayon, 2 years old na po ako. Pero yung boses ko pang 30 years. Actually po, sir, masasabi ko na 3 years. So I've been radio stations out. 3 radio stations na po. Pero dito lang po sa syudad namin, which is sa Carter City kasi estudyante pa po ako. So it will not give me a headache na bumabiyahe pa sa malalayang lugar. So 3 years na po.
If you don't mind, pwedeng malaman ko anong radio station ang pinagtrabahuan ninyo, Miss Valerie?
Ano po sir, Hot FM 98.5, located at Carcar City.
Syempre, may mga introduction ng mga DJ dyan. Paano ka magsisimula? Paano ka mag-opening? Pwede bang sample?
Sample. Sa New program po, sir. So, ganito, Bisaya kasi yung language namin, sir, commonly.
It's
So,
okay,
we'll
it's
use
okay.
Bisaya na lang. Okay.
Okay.
Maayong das bayan sa mga silingan dapit. Welcome sa itong programang Hot Balita. Adlaw karon nga Lunes, pizza 18 di nga buwan sa September tuig 2023. Kini kabarkada Valerie sa to alang sa programang Hot Balita. Yan ang
Y- Yun, ang ganda. Pare, kahit di ko naintindihan, pare, maganda tono eh. Pare Randy, ikaw naman, paano simula ng, anong radio station ka pala dati?
Halo-halo na eh. For those 6 years, I think, 5 radio stations to name a few. Most notable na I was really developing my skills yung W-Rock. I think Easy Rock na ngayon. I think they reformatted. Of course, Campus Radio. I've also worked with Campus Radio. Rhythm of the City. So halo-halo na different formats. But most of them kasi it's all like music. Tapos yung talk namin is limited only sa mornings or maybe afternoons. When we start the show, so we start off like, hey, this is Randy. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It's 6:17 in the morning time. Like to join me for another afternoon drive or morning drive, and we'll give you some news and tidbits later on for our weekday. Welcome back. 6:18. We'll talk about our prices for the new radio show happening. Top 10 at 12 o'clock. So see you soon. Parang ganun.
Galing.
Casual talk. Tapos, of course, nowadays, I really commend yung radio stations natin. They are reaching out to the grassroots natin na level sa mga communities. They're more involved. Tapos, the vernacular, yung language natin is really talking to them in the specific. Like sa amin, Ilonggo eh. So they talk Ilonggo or Tagalog, of course, to have more connection na sa ating audience. So it's all about connection sa mga listenership nyo. So that's really evolving over time. Pero yung delivery is the same, pretty much. It's like what you see is what you get. It's like speaking and talking to us in person na rin.
Alright, kasi yung mga inspiring na gusto maging DJ din katulad ninyo, paano ba kayo nagsimula? Paano ba naging DJ kayo? Sige nga, Miss Valerie, please.
Okay, sir. Actually, graduated na po ako ng senior high noon. Gusto po talaga mag-apply ng isang radio DJ. Tapos, nag-apply po ako ng isang station po sa amin. Tatlo po kami. Tinatawag po kaming Tres Marias. So, mag-apply kami ng DJ. At doon, sinabi ng manager or ng station owner na wala na kaming slot. Wala na kaming slot po. May kung mag-radio DJ kasi marami na mga girls dito na mag-on board. Ako, sir, may mga slot po kayo dyan? Ako, may slot po kami pero sa news program. Doon kami, sir. Agree po kami. Basta magkaka-onboard lang po kami because when I was still in high school or senior high school, gusto po ko talagang mag-broadcaster or something, a DJ lang so that I can show my skills or that I can serve it. So doon, nakapasok. And then, tomorrow na yun. Nag-on air na kami. At doon, sinasabi ko talaga sa ko, hindi po talaga easy na mag-on air. And that was my first time po, sir, na sumabak po sa radio industry na po.
Ano naman ang naramdaman mo nung tinawag ka na tapos on the spot mukhang kasala ka na. Anong naramdaman mo nung time na yun?
Halong kaba at I don't know, hindi ko masasabi na masaya nun ako, sir, kasi I thought they will give me a 1 week preparation or 2 days preparation lang nun. Pero sabi ng namin ng station manager or ng program head namin na tomorrow mag-on-board na tayo, ikaw yung reporter namin. Sabi ko, go, no worry. Lord is with me always.
Wow, ang sarap naman dyan sa radio station mo. Wala nang masyadong arte-arte ha. Parang ikaw, nung in-invite kita, wala nang arte-arte, okay ka na agad. Okay. Pakinggan naman natin si Randy. Sir Randy, paano ikaw nagsimula bilang isang DJ?
It was by accident, actually. It was a friend who invited me sa isang station na he was doing some DJ work on a weekend. Tapos ever since, mahilig na ako sa music eh. Back when we were playing cassette tapes and record, yung 12 inches, I was always into music. Kahit sa bahay, pinapagalitan ako, I would play the music so loud. and I would pretend to be a DJ operator. But walang ad-lib, walang words. So when I got invited one weekend, sabi ko, hey, parang ano to this is fun. So from that moment on, pabalik-balik ako to join him. First, I was just playing the music, helping the music, and eventually I was doing the ad-lib itself. So with start with time check. So it was so simple first, like time check is 611, and good morning, like that. Parang short lang, and then eventually he asked me, hey, we have a new opening. Kasi nag-develop pa yung program sila at that time. So I took the advantage. Just like Miss Val, it's ano lang, yung guts lang talaga. I know it's a little scary at first kasi, there's a lot of people listening. Yung diction mo, pronunciation mo. What if masasabi kong ganito, ganyan, wrong information. Ganyan. But just just guts lang. Go for it. And then it all, the rest is history. So from there on, na yung mga salita ko humahaba from time check, naging good morning, naging greetings na. And then when I got my slot, that's where I started really developing myself. Kasi talagang it's a craft. I know over time until the time I left radio, when you're still developing yourself every single day, there's always time to improve. So I think that's how I started. Plus, it also helps na you have your capacity to really improve yourself. Kasi it's always going to evolve over time as you change your radio stations.
Ano naman naramdaman mo, paring Bal, nung sinabing, regular ka na, pasok ka na. Anong feelings mo nun?
That time, sir, is pandemic pa yun. COVID-19 pandemic. And then, yung mother ko, sabi ko na gusto mo ba yung profession mo or yung trabaho mo? Sabi ko gusto ko po. And then that time is, I know it's hard na nag-aaral ka pa po at nag-work. So I have to divide my time. So you have to divide it equally sa work po at sa pag-aaral ko rin.
Sa Randy, ikaw, ano naman ang mga naranasan mo na pagsubok? Katulad ni Bal, nag-working student siya, kasi gusto niya yung DJ, at the same time nag-aaral. Ikaw, ano ba yung mga experience mo na hindi makakalimutan?
It's more on the I was doing school when I first started yung board work. I was like sa 4th year na ng nursing. And then I was like having second thoughts kasi sabi ko, ipa-prioritize ko ba yung nursing or should I make do with my commitment here sa station? So mahirap i-balance at that time kasi at that point, you need to focus na sa nursing at the same kasi mag-graduate na rin ako. And then when I graduated, that's where I was also thinking so hard because I need to find a job as a nurse. This is what I graduated for. And so when I actually stepped in for another radio station that was, I think that was W Rock, that's where I really felt na, you know what, I know I made nursing my profession, my course, but I think this is for me. Doon ko na-realize with Easy Light Rock Radio that, you know what, this is for me and I will stay here until such time na I don't feel like doing this anymore. But I have challenges pa rin because a lot of my friends already went for their nursing careers. Volunteer sila, they went to a nursing job, and eventually, they succeeded. But for me at the time, I was in a crossroad kasi you graduated something else and you're doing something different, way different from what you're actually trained for in the last 4 years.
Kaya ka pala umabot na 6 years dahil talagang gustong-gusto mo rin yung ginagawa
Right.
mo.
Tama. It took time for me to realize that, hey, I need to change. I need to shift my career.
Di ba, bago kayo isalang, ano bang preparasyon ang ginagawa ninyo para kondisyon kayo, okay kayo, para sa pakinig ng mga tao, okay kayo? Alam mo, minsan kahit may mga nararamdaman tayong sakit, kailangan pakita natin na wala tayong ganun eh. So, anong klaseng preparation ang ginagawa ninyo? Bal?
So, I know, sir, this preparation is very common to everyone, especially preparing your. But the preparation is prayers lang po, sir. Prayers, I know that tubig or stretch sa voice, it's very, yung common preparations you have to deal with. Pero prayers lang po, sir. Doon ko naramdaman lahat na I can do it.
Bal, how about you? Anong preparation mo bago ka sumalang noong time na yun?
And I think yung the best preparation is really yung mindset mo. Prayers do help, especially if it's a new maybe it's a new show that you're trying to start. Kasi magbibigay ng lakas loob sa'yo when you start to open that mic and start saying things. And guidance, of course, on what we're gonna do. Yung preparation ko mainly is the right mindset. Kasi if you're not in a good mood, nothing's gonna go out right for the rest of the shift. So when I start my shift, I make sure my mindset is good. It's a good day. Parang positive vibes lang. Start off with something really, really small. Na you kahit maliit lang siya. Like for instance, yung weather, you start with that. Something you can be grateful with, and you can start with that. Opening up your conversations with your maybe your callers or what the special occasion is for the day. You dwell on this positive aspect of life. So aside from the physical things, like make sure you have your voice condition na, drink lots of water or coffee. Make sure na you also have the right mindset. At saka ano, I do like before when I was still starting, I do exercises with my yung tongue twisters ba. Like I just practice my tongue, and that way yung mga diction ko or pronunciation ko hindi masyadong fall through. So yeah, basic preparation plus making sure you have the right mindset for the shift.
Nowadays, dati radio, nakikinig lang tayo sa radio. Ngayon, parang katulad ko, vlogger na, nakikita na rin sa video tapos meron pang voice. Parang is it challenge right now or before? Aban. Sa inyo ba, Valerie, naka-online din kayo, naka-video rin kayo, or sounds lang, audio lang?
Ano po, sir?
Diyan ba sa radio station niyo naka-online ba kayo, naka-video kayo, nakikita kayo ng mga listener?
Okay. Ano po, sir? Yung radio station po namin?
Yung radio station niyo, naka-online ba kayo, na may video ba?
Ano po, sir? Nasa Facebook Live po rin po kami.
So siyempre mas challenges ngayon kasi may video na, di ba? May virtual na. So yun ang mas iba ngayon na paring Randy, mas iba yata ngayon kaysa mas dati, mas more preparation ngayon kaysa sa dati, di ba?
Tama. I still have friends who are doing both yung slot nila with the video camera on. Kasi nag-change na eh. That's what it's all about. The only constant thing is change talaga sa broadcasting. It's gone to streaming. It's gone to video live. So it's always happening na. In fact, the reality is this, for lack of a better word, parang nagdi-decrease na yung FM broadband listenership because everybody's going to live streaming na eh. Yung FM frequency versus AM is more streaming na ngayon eh. Yung mga that's why nagma-migrate na sa Facebook Live or even live streaming yung mga signals these days. It's part of the change. It's a good change, but we just have to consider it's a challenge for some stations because matagal na silang used to the whole system eh. Just the old school, just a microphone, FM radio. Tapos now it's changing. May mga Spotify na, may mga live stream na, YouTube, Facebook Live, and all these kinds of nuances. So it's always going to change, but let's just be flexible siguro. Keep up and cope up with whatever that change could be.
Yeah. Alright, ano naman ang mga karanasan, yung mga good at saka bad na during kayo nagwo-work, yung mga na-experience ninyo? Valerie, anong mga experience na naranasan mo, bad or good?
Okay po, sir. During on air, I'm having a friend that, sir, nagka-ano po kami yun, nagka-workmate kasi tatlo po kami. Tapos kami rin tatlo yung nakaslot ng sa news program, which is mga reporters kami. So, may program po rin po kami. Binigyan kami ng isang program na pang girls lang, yung pang talk show. Sunday yon. And then I was having my favorite that time at my camp. At doon, grabe yung ubo ko. Tapos sabi ko ng friend ko, i-off mo yung mic. I-off mo yung mic. Grabe yung ubo ko. I-off mo yung mic. Doon, siya lang po yung nagsasalita on air. Tapos ako, grabe yung ubo ko. Punta talaga ako sa labas mo. Uminom ako ng tubig. Nako, sulumod ka lang dyan. Grabe yung ubo ko. Pero when I'm having my fever po, sir, ngayon, or something, hindi yung magpapa-affect tayo sa akin on air. So, yun lang. Very normal lang.
Ano naman ang
Ayun.
ano naman ang good experience mo during work ka, nagla-live ka? Ano naman ang good experience mo? Kaya
Good.
Go ahead.
During air po, sir?
Or kaya kahit hindi on air, nasa labas ka. Ano bang good experience mo?
Okay. Ano, sir, may mga fans, may fans na pumupunta doon na magpapapicture or something. That time po, sir, pumunta yung isang close friend ko. Close friend ko, kasi malayo po kami ang FM station ko namin, sir. Bali, na-high place po siya kasi hinahanap po yung signal doon. So, in a better way, sabi po ng station manager, so you have to plan it or they have to put the FM station at a high place lang po. So, doon pumunta yung close friend ko. Tapos sabi niya na good thing rin, no, na sumubo ka talaga sa mga ganitong challenges that you have to deal it with people lang, hindi lang sa mga friends. Yun po, sir.
Ayun, ganda. Pare Randy, ikaw naman, anong mga benefits o anong mga experience mo na hindi mo nagustuhan at saka tumatawa ka, alam ko meron eh. At saka yung mga bad and good. So, sige.
Yung bad, it's always happening. Yung mga yung bloopers, kumbaga. Like even now, walang nangyayaring music. So nasira yung plaka or nasira yung CD, nag-skip. So before, wala pang mga digital workstation back then. So yun, you should be prepared. Talagang resilient ka talaga. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, looks like the tape here is not working. Let me give you another track right here. This is the number 2 spot in the top 10. So ganun. It was oh shoot, this is not working. My computer's not helping me out today, but that's fine. We'll get some computer tech here. You guys help me out? All right, we'll take care of this soon. But let's do this track from number 2. Parang ganun. I-try mo lang wing yung situation. Kahit na technical problems ka. Sige lang, just keep the show going on and make that conversation still bearable sa mga listeners. Pero minsan, you need to be upfront. So whatever happens, I just make it transparent and I try to let them realize, hey, this is just natural na mga technical issues eh. But the thing is, keep talking, making sure na walang dead air, na walang gap in between na parang silence lang. That's really a no-no. So I try my best. That's my worst experience, especially when the machine fails you at some point. Good experiences, marami. Siyempre, I'm sure Val will have fun. When you are working in a radio station, siyempre, may mga artists na magbibisita for a show, for a concert. So you get the first-hand experience of talking to them. And it's really good to converse with them in a normal way. And yeah, you can get starstruck naman sometimes, but the thing is, you still need to get the conversation going, right? So, yun yung best experiences mo, different artists, interactions, and syempre, the favorite part of it for me is the actual event in person. That's right. Kasi you get to see them in person, in the flesh. And that's where the fun is. Parang to me here, you're getting paid to have fun. I'm getting paid to party or do a good event. So that's the most fun that I can recall when I was doing this board work or live events.
Tama yung pinag-uusapan natin, good thing yung guesting natin na lineup ko eh. Ikaw, yung way back how many years na, tapos ito new generation to si Valerie. So nakikita natin yung pagkakaiba, halos wala rin ganung pagkakaiba, ganun din ang mga experience eh, di ba? So sa akin naman, ang kagandahan lang sa vlog, ito, casual lang, walang formal. Kasi nung time mo siguro, Sir Randy, talagang may sinusunod kayong matitinding rules, di ba? Yung ethics ba na tinatawag?
Right, tama.
Ngayon yung ethics ngayon medyo may ethics pa rin pero hindi siya ganoon kakomplikado katulad ng dati. Ayun. Alright, punta naman tayo dun sa bilang bang broadcaster kayo, ano ba mga maitutulong ninyo sa mga kapwa natin o sa specific sa mga OFW? Ano bang ako, sasagot na rin ako dyan. Ito, nakakapagbigay ako ng information tsaka inspiration sa mga kasama nating OFW At hindi lang, doon sa mga regular din na nasa bahay na nanonood sa atin, nakakapagbigay ako ng inspirasyon. Val, ano bang may share mo? Ano bang ah, yung ano mo sa mga manonood? Anong naitutulong mo
Okay
sa
po, sir.
kanila?
Sa radio station namin, which is a news program, specifically sa news program, may tinatawag rin po kami na locally lang po yung news namin, which is focus po kami sa mga local news like sa Carter City namin. Pumunta po kami sa mga police blotters or sa mga prices sa mga goods sa mga market doon may mga accident rin. Pero we have also an international reporters na galing mismo siya sa USA. So when I was first FM station na sinabak, which is Wow FM. So the benefits na ma-share ito sa mga OFW na meron po tinatawag na Facebook Live. So makakita rin daw sa Facebook Live, which is worldwide po kasi yung Facebook Live namin. So marami na po kami followers. So mostly is mga viewers namin at mga manonood is galing pa sa ibang bansa at magcha-chat ko rin sila na miss magpapa-shoutout naman or ano ba yung mga pangyayari dyan sa Carter City. So kasi may mga pamilya rin po sila dito, sir. Yan na po, sir. Nag-share po natin ng inspiration po.
Randy, ano bang nai-share natin bilang DJ sa mga OFW at sa mga kapwa natin Pilipino?
Like I said, nag-evolve din. It changed also. So here, nag-involve ako sa mga local communities na events, especially sa mga Asian communities. And that's the only way of propagating our culture as well. Tapos, they are promoting their respective cultures. May Koreans, may Japanese, may mga Chinese, and Malaysians, Indonesians. So with that group, it's my way of actually giving back to the community and representing our culture as well. Because we know about their culture with their representations. Tapos may mga events kami like a night market or food festival. We get to learn what they have and they get to learn what we have as Filipinos also. So in specific, we are impacting the local Filipino-American community. Kasi yung events na yan is dinadaluhan ng marami from the studentry to the working class. So I think that's the only thing that I like what I'm doing right now. Kahit na it's not in the broadcasting world. It's more on this platform now on Facebook, like doing an event, doing like a reel or an interview online, like this one or some other platform. Kasi we get to give them that information also, how we can be better members of the local community from a Filipino perspective, from our culture perspective.
So malaking na-share ng mga DJ pala sa community, sa mga Pilipino, sa ibang bansa. Malaking bagay pala talaga ang DJ, no? Kasi we give information nga, tsaka syempre yung mga activities katulad ninyong sinabi ninyong dalawa, no? Di ba, bago kayo pumasok, may pagpasok ninyo, ibang boses ninyo binabago nyo ba o talagang natural yung binibigay nyo sa mga tao or may mga ina-adjust ba tayo dyan? Ako may ina-adjust ako dito eh. Kayo ba? Paano? Val, ikaw?
Sa akin po, sir, if you watch the live videos of mine or the posted videos, the mga TikTok videos, that's my natural voice lang po. Grabe. That's my natural voice. Like, pag-apply ko po noon, so may tinatawag nating audition or voice audition, or you have to send a short voice clip or a sample lang sa news noon. So, para sa akin, sir, that's my natural voice lang po. Natural voice, pero different po kasi yung pagbabasa ng isang news or news item. Kasi may tinatawag rin po tayo yung diction or yung tone mo na paano mo yung binibigkas sa mga salita. At doon po, sir, masasabi po natin na may iba-iba ring category yung voice mo. Casually, formally, or informal lang na pakikiharap sa mga tao or yung exchanging of conversation.
Randy?
Yep. Totoo yan. It's always good to be your natural voice. Kasi eventually, whatever we do, lalabas at lalabas din in real you eh. Right? Pero the thing will change, especially kung may kliyente ka. For example, yung kliyente mo, gusto namin yung ad or a delivery ng words will be bedroom book. It's part of the deal eh. So you need to be flexible also. And you're not changing anything. So babaguhin mo lang siguro yung pacing mo or the way you speak. For instance, pag morning show ka, you can be like, good morning, this is the morning show and we will give you the morning hits all the way to... Hindi naman pwedeng mahina. You need to be perky. You need to be hyped up also. So depends the situation, but it's solely you. It's you. You're just making
Mm.
your facing adjust to whatever the needs are for your shift, for your slot, or sa kliyente. So it's depending sa sa needs ng situation. If you need to speak slowly or faster or hyped up, the thing before in the past, old school because I was scared before to be a DJ kasi back in the time when they were looking for DJs, they want that voice. This is live viewer comments. Malaki talaga yung baritone. Would like to show you today. Malakihan yung boses. That was not that evolved eventually. So, not all people have that voice. Yung quality,
Exactly.
yung baritone. Pero now, these days, it's what you see is what you get. Yung real voice mo. So, yeah, you may change yung facing mo pag kailangan mong perky, hype up, or slowly kung it's nighttime, you change also your facing. But it's us. It's you. It's your voice.
Ano ba sa tingin ninyo ang pagkakaiba ng radio station kumpara mo doon sa radio station kumpara dito sa vlog? Sir, ano sa tingin ninyo? Kasi parang ako, easy-easy lang eh. Hindi katulad sa inyo, ang dami palang kailangang pag-aralan, kailangan ayusin. Anong masasabi mo, Miss Valerie, regarding doon?
Sa radio station, the difference between sumasaba ka sa radio station na vlog. Sa radio station po, sir, is may pina-follow kang rules. May pina-follow kang rules strictly po talaga. Kasi iba-iba yung program. May news program, may morning program, afternoon program. So may pina-follow kang rules na hindi ka lang mag-speak ka dyan or magbigay na information sa mga tao kasi may pina-follow ka rin po. Although as an onboard DJ po talaga, like entertainment na po yung mga pinofocus. Kasi sinasabi rin po ng mga trainings namin or seminars na po yung line-up ng mga music, saan ba yung pinapunta yung mga commercials, or paano rin ang mabigkas ng mga information mo. Although sa vlog, may freedom po, sir. 100% freedom kasi po yung vlog po. Kasi iba yung mga sinasabi mo or may mga visitors ka po. So, iba-iba yung style. So, mas straight po yung nasa presentation.
Sir Randy, anong opinion mo regarding dun sa vlog versus professional disc jockey?
Yung vlog versus the radio station, I think that's right. Raw. It is what it is. Yung vlog kasi, what you see in person, the way they speak, is what it is in person. And kung live mismo na dinideliver yung content. I think vlog is more, how would you say this? Mas siya, impronto. And it's like, natural wala nang editing or like may structure na like in the radio station, top of the hour, 7 o'clock, welcome to the second half of the show. Bang ganun, right? Pero vlog, it is parang conversation na lang I can relate yung format ng vlog for a radio talk show. Like we had some radio talk show, like maybe 2 hours of talk. We talk about anything, like a topic, for example, on a weekend. Parang ganon, but it doesn't really come close kasi you see your faces It's like being in person. Hindi mo makikita yung mga facial expressions namin back in the day. So now, it's more natural. It's more organic. And talagang, I think, mas relatable siya in a sense because it is raw. It is what it is. And I still think na the radio art of a talk show is still it still has a market also. Pero as I said, nag-change nag-evolve na rin, and it seems like we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen soon with the format, but I know it's changing. It's always changing ever since.
Through my experience naman, kasi may video production ako we're doing live telecast, ganyan. Nung time namin is you have to pay the broadcasting company to air your product. And then we do talk show, we do entertainment. Pero nowadays, because of the social media, everything is free na. And
Right.
then you can cover the whole world. And then that's the advantage of the social media also, na yung like what you said also na raw talagang walang kung ano yung what to see what you get. So yun ang advantage naman. Pero ang mahirap sa DJ talaga maraming preparasyon, no? Sabi mo Sir Randy, ikaw 6 years tapos si Miss Valerie 3 years. Meron na ba kayo natanggap na mga achievement like appreciation ng mayor, appreciation ng company, appreciation anything award that you guys have? Valerie.
Okay po sir, sa 3 years ko po is iba-iba ako ng mga radio station. Kasi to tell you honestly sir, no, so nandito lang kayong dalawa, is mostly po yung mga honors namin is from politics. Doon. Politics. So may mga tinatawag din tayo na war of politics. So doon, that's the reality kasi. Lalo na yung mga honors mo is sumasabak talaga sa politika. So they have to tell the workers na pinapalabas yung mga imahe na maganda or to delete lang para positive sa mga tao, which is okay naman. But on the other side is you have to balance the responsibility of being a radio announcer, lalo na you are a news reporter. Hindi ka lang po na legit ka lang, which is hindi ka lang dumadating sa isang bagay, kundi you have to do it equally. So my 3 years of service po sir, mostly company lang po. Sa company po lang namin, binibigyan kami ng parang like, may mga anniversary namin, may mga certificates or awards. Pero mostly po sir, like mga national is wala pa po. Maybe sooner.
Tsaka syempre, pag kakain ka sa labas, yung mga tao doon, pagkilala ka minsan may discount ka, minsan libre pa, di ba?
Sir, may mga libre, may mga libre rin. Miss Val, sa'yo na to. Which is very good.
Minsan nakapila ka, nasa uli ka, pag na-recognize ka, mauna ka na, di ba? Picture, okay na.
Yes po sir, meron po.
Sorry. Sir Randy, ikaw, ano bang mga natanggap mong awards doon sa pagiging 6 years mo?
Yeah, marami ring recognition mula sa company itself. Especially kung kayo ng rating, magkaka-improve kayo ng rating. Kasi they always do this rating surveys I think quarterly back in the time. And then once you hit that certain rating, it's an equivalent for a salary increase or bonus para sa lahat ng mga employees during that time. Just a way of compensating you naman for the hard work for making the frequency or the radio station that make that rating para naman mabenta nila sa mga advertisers nila ng mabuti. Company sa mga politicians naman, it's just more of a personal lang siguro personal approach lang nila to say thank you, especially sa mga events. Usually events mga politicians gustong-gusto nila especially yung mga exposure with the constituents nila. They would love that. Pag may artista, pag may mga banda, they would really like to be there as well. So I think it's more in the personal relationship lang. They say thank you and getting that relationship also with the local community officials. Kasi you can't help it when you do something for the community na bibigyan din sila ng recognition somehow one way or the other. Giving that event na nag-enjoy din lahat ng kanilang mga constituents.
Nabanggit ninyo na pag merong yung ratings ng inyong radio station, in-increasean kayo. Ang tanong ko yung pagiging DJ ba makakabuhay ng isang pamilya? Kung may anak ka ganun, pero si Valerie yata dalaga pa. So, Miss Valerie, makakabuhay na ba ang pagiging DJ?
To be honest, sir, hindi po talaga. Actually, sir, 3 years of service, and I'm just a working student po lang. So, totally, I'm a 4th year college po na po, sir, graduating na po ako next year, which is very heartwarming na po. And then, may mga commercial naman na pumapasok. So, masasabi ko natin salary sa radio, iba-iba po rin po. So, hindi ko masasabi na lifetime yung pagiging radio announcer ko. Kasi po, sir, which is good thing naman na nakapapag-strong sa image ko, is may kumukuha rin sa akin na MC, tapos mga DJ rin sa mga discos, bars, doon, may mga gigs po rin po ako, sir, which is makakatulong po. Lalo na sa tuition ko, I'm a college student, so I'm very proud of myself too. Even though, yung salary po sa radio, hindi po makakabuhay ng isang pamilya. You have to deal it sa other gigs naman, magpapakita ka sa iba ring mga work.
Eh di, anong course nga pala yung kinukuha mo, Miss Valerie, if you don't mind?
Education po, sir. Education.
Education. Okay. Sir Randy, ikaw, nung time na yon, wala ka pa yatang pamilya nung time na yon. Sapat ba yung sinisweldo mo nung time na yon?
Pang single I think being a DJ, it's a single person's dream job, kumbaga. Tamang-tama lang for you. At the same time, yung benefits is really overwhelming libre yung sa events, libre ka kasi you're the MC or organizer. Yung mga parties, for example, if you go there, libre yung drinks mo kasi the sponsors know you kasi ginawa mo yung ads nila. And so I think it's okay kung single ka, but you really need to hustle. Pag may pamilya ka, you need to hustle. Maybe other people are doing it also. Either you take a good position, increase the salary, pero you need to do more hustling kasi look, pwede ka rin mag-MC, that's right, sa events. Like before, I used to DJ also, mag-DJ ka sa club, or when you do events, you can also charge, for your services na rin And yung voiceover, you can also make money out from it. Kasi look, for example, commercial, maybe 30 seconds or 45 seconder, it can also be a big chunk of money during that time. I would say it's for a single person. If you are married and you have a family to take care of, you just need to hustle. Maybe it's possible, but you really need to hustle or increase your gigs. In that way, may income augmentation for it.
You know, sa akin ang the best sa akin na na-meet ko kayong dalawa, boy and girl. Kasi meron ako mga production company nga na gumagawa ng mga TV commercial. And which is, ngayon di na ako mahirapan maghanap ng voice over. Dahil si Valerie, nakita ko rin magaling mag-voice over. At ikaw din, parang Randy, matagal na kitang nakikilala na magaling din ang diction mo rin. So, parang nga si Valerie, parang di Bisaya okay yung diction Walang matigas na
Pwede.
So, ngayon, meron na akong malalapitan. Meron na akong, may idea na ako sino. No? Diyan pa sa pagdi-DJ ninyo, meron bang, lalo ka na, Miss Valerie, nasa news ka, meron na bang sumuhol sa'yo na pabangoy mo yung pangalan ng politiko maliban dun sa sinabi ng boss mo? At meron bang nasabi sa'yo na, yung company ko, sige, promote mo ng promote, under the table na lang tayo, wag nang duman. May mga ganun bang issue?
Sa ngayon, sir, yung station po namin, I know na sinasabi rin nila na you not have to share it na kami yung owners. Baka sabihin ng ibang tao, na nagpapakonso lang kami, which is mga VIP rin, no? So, although, sir, ngayon is, good thing namin is wala naman po yung bumabayad or you have para ma-maintain lang image na. So, sa kanila lang, it's normal naman sa mga politics na like what Sir Randy P said na gusto nila ma-expose yung mga pangalan nila, na lalo na sila yung mga nag-sponsor. Pero naturally, sir, sinasabi nga ng iba yung maldita ako. May iba yung maldita ka. May iba rin, sir, binabayaran ka rin ba nila just to shout out their name or to thank you? Sinasabi ko talaga, excuse me, excuse me, I'm just equal lang po ako, hindi po ako biased na isang radio announcer. Yun lang po. Kahit yung owners namin is sa politics, hindi po sila equal lang sila, sir Hindi, sinasabi nga nila, kapag may magtanong na sino ba yung owner ng mga sinasabi lang namin, this group, this group lang yung mga owners namin organization. Hindi naman iba yung upset nila.
Yung owner medyo private muna sila, hindi sila pwedeng maglantad, ganun. Nakatingin ka na ba ng death threat?
Death threat, sir?
Death threat.
Wala. Wala po, sir.
May natamaan ka sa news, ayaw nilang iparinig sa iyo, i-broadcast, pero na-broadcast ninyo. Wala bang nagalit sa iyo yung ganun?
Wala naman, sir. Wala naman. So far, wala.
Sir Randy, ikaw may na-experience ka na ba na nagsuhol sa'yo or nagalit sa'yo?
I think yung pangyayaring like that setup is happening mostly sa AM setup eh. Kasi the AM broadcasters are really opinionated. They do a lot of hard issues. They could hit somebody with their broadcast sa yung kanilang mga perspective sa kanilang slots. Sa akin, I would say hindi suhol in a sense. It's more of like a consultancy job. Kasi they were formal and asking me na, hey Randy, can you be our consultant for the election maybe? Can you just help us with the ads? Can you just make sure that the ads are really good, recorded well, and they are going to be presentable? So also events, can you organize the events? Can you make sure that this is going to run smoothly with the events in the community, with the in the auditorium or wherever the location is? It's more consultancy. It's like a formal arrangement. But bottom line for me is it's really hard, of course, if you are not within the morals of that candidate, for example. Yung ethics mo is against what that candidate stands for. So it's really up to you. I mean, for me, I need to make sure I believe in the platform, that I am also aligned with that person's or candidate's thinking and ideology. Because it's really hard. If it's against your ideology and personal ethics, it's going to crash and you're going to have a hard time. And to me, I think kahit na there's no payment, if I believe in the candidate, I'd be willing and more than happy to actually do the things for free. Suhol, no, but formal arrangement and request to be a consultant, yeah, I did receive some, and I did work for some of the candidates na for pro bono just to help out as well because I do believe in their ideology and what they stand for.
Alam niyo, marami akong natutunan sa inyo sa pagiging vlog ko. 1 year and a half pa lang ako nagba-vlog na ganito, no? Marami akong natutunan kaya gustong-gusto ko itong topic na to dahil may mapupulot din ako. Hindi naman ako tunay na DJ, vlogger lang ako pero at least may napupulot ako sa inyo. At nabigyan niyo ako ng inspirasyon also dahil nabanggit natin yung inspirasyon na yan doon sa mga gustong sumunod sa mga yapak ninyo, ano bang pwede niyong ipayo sa kanila at anong pwede niyong sabihin para bigyan din sila ng inspirasyon, Miss Valerie?
Okay. Future broadcasters. Although, sir, I'm still young. I'm still young pa. Although I'm still young pa na sumabak sa mga ganitong profession or work lang part-time job because hindi mo to lifetime. Masasabi ko talaga, hindi po to lifetime sa pagiging radio broadcaster. Kahit 22 years old pa ako, may mga yapak pa, may iba pang opportunity na darating sa life ko, which is very good naman. So this is to the future broadcasters or gustong sumabak on air or off air, is you have to be yourself. Kasi if you don't have to be yourself during on air, or dun ka lang sa mga taong komportable ka, hindi naman masama yung pagiging, you have to be yourself lang sa mga taong gusto mo, lalo na on air, it's pagiging decent lang po kasi, sir, kasi iba-iba yung mga nakakasalamuhan natin araw-araw, yung mga owners natin na very professional na, or may mga tao rin na iba-iba yung attitude nila. So you have to be yourself. Even though you have that attitude na maldita ka, or ano pa dyan, pagiging selfish mo, wag mo gamitin yan on air, wag mo gamitin yan kahit may sakit ka, kahit may fever ka, wala ka ng fever on air. So you have to be yourself. You don't have to be selfish, and of course, you have to be confident in what you said. You have to be realistic. So, yun po.
Miss Valerie, maldita ka ba talaga?
Hindi po, sir. Hindi po, sir.
Joke lang. Kasi nababanggit mo yung maldita eh. Sir Randy, ikaw, anong mapapayo mo sa mga ating mga nakikinig kung gusto nila maging isang ganap na DJ?
Follow your passion. I mean, if you love what you do, if you love your work will love you back. So I just followed my passion. It's something that I was really looking into working in the last few years before I went to my nursing career. And ano lang, just keep on learning kasi it's always going to change. Learning is no end. Like, of course, especially I started with a time check. hanggang naging full talk show. So just keep on learning, never stop learning. And for those who wanted to be on the broadcasting, always be flexible kasi times will change. In fact, now it's changing as we speak. Be flexible lang, go with the flow. And if the time comes na you need to make that change in your career, you will feel it and you will actually be able to tell now it's time to move on. But I can really attribute yung confidence that I have, the networking that I was able to gain from the work and from the job. So I would suggest take advantage of your job. Make sure na love your job because it will show on your performance na rin. And don't forget, um, always be thankful and grateful every single day. That way, magre-reflect din sa slot mo sa shows mo Besides that, just follow your passion and make sure you keep learning every day.
Alright, malapit na tayong magtapos, ano? Okay, bibigay ko na yung aking feelings, no? Alam nyo, doon sa mga gustong maging DJ, tuloy lang po ninyo kung ano yung gusto ninyo gawin. Kung passion niyo yan, gawin nyo yan. Pero tandaan nyo yung sinasabi ni Miss Valerie at saka ni Mr. Randy na kailangan meron kayong totoong profession na bubuhay sa pamilya nyo. Hindi po pwedeng, sabi nga nila, hindi talaga to maging bread source ng income ninyo dahil hindi ganun kalaki ang sweldo. So, ginagawa lang nila to, o tingin ko, dahil gusto nila, passion nila. So, kung passion ninyo, tuloy lang po ninyo at huwag kayong mag-hesitate na gawin. Dadaan din kayo sa mga pinagdaanan nila. So, Miss Valerie, meron ka bang gustong i-promote bago tayo mag-closing? Promote yung registration mo, Facebook mo, or anything?
Okay po, sir. If you want to watch our live videos on air, and then may mga funny videos po rin po, you can like and share our page, Hot FM 98.5 Karkar. So that's our FM page po, sir. And then, of course, sa aking page, which is, maliit pa lang yung followers ko, Valerie A2. And then sa main account ko po sa Facebook is Valerie A2 po, sir.
Yeah.
Yun lang po.
No worries. Isasama ko yan dito sa ipopromote natin yung mga yan. Kasi, yun, mas maganda meron din silang resources katulad ko na kailangan ko rin lang mag-voice over, di ba? At baka may gustong itanong sa inyo regarding sa
Okay.
pag-DJ, di ba? Alright, Sir Randy.
Okay,
ikaw,
sir.
meron ka bang gusto-
That's
sorry, Valerie, go ahead.
And of course po, sir, in addition po, sir, like mga voiceovers, like mga company po na gusto magpa-voiceovers or may mga gigs po, you can contact me on my page or my main account, which is na-contact po rin ni Sir Edwin. Yung Valerie sa to. Yan lang po, sir.
Miss Valerie, gusto mo bang maging OFW?
Ipapala rin po, sir. Ipapala rin po.
God knows,
Ed-
malay mo, maging connection si Sir Randy o maging connection ako para makapag-OFW ka.
Yeah, as far as I know, meron dito mga teachers na dumadating every now and then. So, yeah, may opportunity for teachers. Mayroong SPED teachers, special education, tapos may mga regular high school or elementary school teachers na dumadating. Like, I think I heard from the last 4 or 5 months ago, merong dumating from Philippines. So, every now and then, meron dumadating.
Dito rin sa amin sa CNMI, marami ding teacher na kailangan dito. Malay mo, pagka-graduate mo, magkaroon kami ng connection. Ako, connection at pwede kitang matulungan. Pwede ka siguro si Randy tulungan. Kaya kailangan makagraduate ka na para na sa ganun, mapunta ka na ng maging OFW ka na.
Sige,
Diba?
sir. Wala problema.
Tapos si Sir Randy, mayaman yan. Pwede kang sponsoran yan para doon sa radio station niya. Gagawa ng radio station niya. Mayaman yan. Malaki kita niyan eh. Kaya kaibiganin mo yan si Sir Randy, Miss Valerie, sinasabi ko na sa iyo. Okay yan. Yan. Sir Randy, ikaw, anong gusto mong i-promote natin? May po-promote ka ba?
Oh, 98.5 Wow Radio. Oh, no, right? And I just want to make sure na every listeners mo, watchers, viewers mo, and just stay tuned here sa Usapang Pinoy. We have more details to talk and more issues to talk about. For any of your sure. We work with Arizona Neo Media. So mostly events yung kina-cover namin, and we try to show and promote the Filipino culture dito sa Phoenix, Arizona. Otherwise, thank you again sa opportunity for having us here.
Alright, magpapasalamat ako sa inyong dalawa at sa iyo, Miss Valerie. Mr. Randy, second time ko na siya. Miss Valerie, first time mo lang. Thank you for your time at salamat at binigyan mo ng inspirasyon at saka yung kwento ng buhay mo doon sa mga nanonood sa akin na mga OFW. At ganoon din sa iyo, Sir Randy. Sana hindi pa to huli at magkakasama-sama ulit tayo. At for sure, may mga bagay pa ako malalaman sa inyo na pwede natin i-share dun sa mga manunod natin. Alright, maraming salamat Miss Valerie and Randy. Message na lang tayo, no? Alright, thank you. Bye. Alright, mga chong, mga chang, nandiyan po ang ating mga guests, no, na napakabait talaga nila at pinaunlakan tayo at ako'y masayang-masaya dahil yung dalawang yan ay sobrang busy. So nagkaroon tayo ng time na makakuha yung time nila na talagang makakapag-share sila ng ideas. Matatalino yung mga yan eh, ano? Tsaka mababait, di ba? Kaya maraming thanks God, maraming salamat at binigay ninyo sila sa akin at nakakapagkwentuhan kami. Alright, hanggang dito na lamang po mga chong, mga chang at sana'y nabigyan ko po kayo ng magandang balitaktakan, inspirasyon, impormasyon, no? At wag po kayong magsasawang manood sa Usapang Pinoy. Ipinangangako ko po sa inyo na mas marami pa tayong matututunan at marami po ako ma-share sa inyo at marami po tayong matatanggap na biyaya na sa isip natin kung food of the thoughts, di ba? At yun, maraming salamat. Hanggang dito na lang po. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Usapang Pinoy.